VTubers. This doesn't sit well with the Pokester. So she comes out and lets everybody know that streaming is more male dominated now with the rise of you know who. Alright, this doesn't go well for her. Everybody's like, this bitch is lame, she's whack, all she does is sit and stare at the chat. You watch her eat some rice, then maybe you catch a glimpse of her feet or her ass. Like, that's the payoff, I guess. I don't know. All I do know is the day I made fun of her was the biggest mistake I ever made in my life. But that was back then. For now, she don't have that juice. So, she also goes to her brother's wedding. This is back in September 2025. For some reason, she takes a picture of her ass. Delightful. It's woman logic. Don't bother trying to understand them. The only thing you need to know is, you want to change a woman's mind, you give her what she wants. And women don't grow up, they grow old.
I'm amazed of his genius.
We roll into November, a very landmark month for the Pokester of 2025. She decides to call out an alleged gooner who was trying to meet up with her through DMs, but she never really bothered with the guy or paid him attention. He gets engaged, and all of a sudden she finds an issue with it and has to make a video.
Tell me why this guy has been DMing me for months, trying to link up, responding to my outfit pics, etc. And he just announced his engagement on Instagram. And it pisses me off because it's in that gray area of like, I don't think that this warrants messaging the girl and being like, hey girl, but also it's odd. Then again, maybe they're in an open relationship. I don't freaking know.
Weird. This chick loves stirring shit because she's got nothing else to do. Who hasn't had someone that was married or in a relationship try to hook up with them? Everybody. I have it going on. You don't see me posting nothing.
He's sexy without knowing he's sexy. And that's really sexy.
So she catches more heat, right? Literally, days later she posts this.
I miss when streaming is about gaming, not drama baiting and clip farming.
That's your whole brand. Drama, clip farming. And then releasing cookies and rebranding them and adding like a little bit of mushroom to give them 3% of protein or some crap like that. And then the cookie company went completely under silent.
Oh no!
I'm not even gonna get into that because it's not worth my damn.
You're literally the reason they added the IRL just streaming section on Twitch. Mods banned anyone else out of the game for more than 20 minutes, but they let you run your Dr. Copeland segment, talking to your viewers out of the game for hours. Twitch astroturfed you, so don't cry now.
Brittany Venti's right. Then obviously Pokimane blocked Brittany Venti because you can't tell Pokimane is doing nothing. She'll block the shit out your ass. And then Brittany started talking.
We have voice one, which is Baby Main. She does the little girl ooh voice. Can I tell you a secret? Every day, one little thing every day. You have the key to looking better and you don't even know it yet. We have Blackie Main. Oh wow. Mother himself. And we have Poki Chungus, where she's like, you're thinking about how much money you make on OnlyFans. Listen, have I had the thought? Like, I wonder, mathematically speaking, how much I would make? Sure. We'll probably talk about that. Have I ever actually considered doing it? Nor, absolutely nor.
Yeah, she has a personality. It's whoever she's borrowing from that day.
Well, what do you say after that one? Brutal, savage, wrecked.
Pokimane starts doing these cringe TikTok videos about dating and love advice. Why would you want advice from this chick?
Can I tell you a secret? I'm really into celibacy. I don't really like the concept of a boyfriend. I do want to start a family someday. And I guess you could say I'm on a romantic cool down.
Shut your mouth. Shut up. Shut the hole in your face.
This resulted in people bombarding this bitch with rabbit and clock music.
You know, never mind. Your time's up.
And when I say bombarded, they were beating her in the face with rabbit feet.
Pokimane is literally 30 years old and single. The last person anyone should take relationship advice from is her.
This is true.
30 years old, single, no kids, giving relationship advice.
More rabbits. So then she starts releasing more of these weird ass ones.
Pokimane explains why she isn't married at 29 years old as a public figure.
That's garbage.
Here's why I'm not married. Yes, my parents keep asking, so I'm just gonna film this video. 1. Dating with being a public figure has its difficulties. If I go on a dating app, I'm either bombarded with people asking if it's really me, or I get banned because they think I'm catfishing myself.
Because it's all real shit. And it's not an act, it's all reality.
Her eggs are expiring. She's exhausted her supply. Almost 30, talking like this.
Why is she doing it? Who the hell knows? Oh wait, that's right. Women don't grow up, they grow up. After all of these memes making fun of her getting older and still doing these stupid little videos and relationship advice things, she goes out and buys herself an engagement ring and acts like a black man.
Bought an engagement ring for myself. Okay, but you guys told me to. In the comments my last video, you guys kept talking about a ring. A lot of you were saying, go just go get one for yourself. So that's what I did. The ring at Goldie that I just fell in love with. It felt like way too much to get for myself. But then the more I thought about it, I was like, I hope someday I actually get engaged. The person that you are engaged to the most in your entire lifetime is your damn self. So why shouldn't I get this ring for my damn self?
Oh my god, corny, lame, boo, tomato, 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 corn, tomato.
I don't know who are marketing moves, but you need to fire somebody.
That's on the real. Pokemon wants someone to come up with an everything style where someone washes every inch of your body for you.
See how she makes like this sort of engagement-based stuff for the people that are attracted to her to get kind of hot with her. I mean, you have to be in love with this girl to listen to this and somehow even care. Women in the comment section tell her that it already exists. It's called getting a husband. So she's even getting roasted by women, right? Pokimane ain't taking it too well.
You know what I wish they would invent? An everything shower, but someone else does it to you. Like, I want you to wash every square inch of my body. Scalp, hair, blowout, threads, wax, shave, everything. And I come out like a new human being. But in there, I'm just laying like a savage. Somebody make that place. I'm very lazy.
Oh yeah, it's a rather good time.
Dude, she's getting bombarded. I would imagine Pokimane's timeline is like scorched earth of people just hating her.
I don't know if this is controversial, but I'm in New York right now, and I've noticed that the hottest men fight the most attractive men. All happen to be gay. Like, I'll meet a guy, I'll be like,
By the eye of Agamotto!
and then I find out. And it's all assist. I don't know why.
And of course, this is met with somebody showing how chopped she is about makeup. And more rapping doesn't stop. This broad just keeps on going.
Pokimane reveals she's celibate to avoid becoming attached to the wrong person. Preserves her energy to focus on herself and reduce stress, liability, and the risk of anything unwanted.
Can I tell you a secret? I'm really into celibacy.
This is the biggest piece of bullshit I've seen since the absolute files dropped and nobody went to jail. We all know Pokimane boning. Alright, let's be real here. This reminds me of like chicks that don't have sex even for a minute. They start counting the days like a goddamn drug addict or alcoholic in recovery.
It's been 100 days since I have been with someone. I'm in remission.
I'm just saying, this is too. Of course, people dunk her, obviously. I'm not reading all the tweets. It's like thousands. December 22nd. Just a few weeks after her last post to talk about celibacy. This is the first official soft launch of her boyfriend called Sunkiss. She thought she was playing 4D chess by wearing a rabbit outfit while doing this TikTok trend. Everybody made fun of her for being 30 years old and doing it. But the real point of this was to let somebody know she actually has a guy. In January, Pokimane in a boat with Jason the Ween in some tourist hotspot are talking, and she talks about eat the rich.
Do you think someday we'll have a revolution like that in America? Right? It's getting there, right? Another one.
What's going on?
The welcome spread is getting bad.
The wage game, I hate that shit.
Wage gap is like between men and women.
Most of the standard feminist injustice statistics are exaggerated or just plain wrong. It's not true that women are being cheated out of 23% of their salaries.
Men and women, we love each other. And we hate the rich.
As Sorcerer Supreme, I oversee
Too much.
other magical
Aren't you the
adepts.
No! Like the ultra rich, the ultra vigorous, the unnecessarily rich.
You gotta say the billionaire.
The billionaires, the Bezos.
Meanwhile, she's worth like multi-millions of dollars. Obviously, and it dunks on her.
Criticizing capitalism after selling $28 cookies, having a little boo-boo dangling from her mic, and creating videos on TikTok showing off luxury items like bags and makeup.
On February 3rd or 2nd, who even cares, Pokimane shows off her neighbor to do a workout with a team. The only thing you saw was this Asian dude actually working out while she walked on a treadmill drinking boba tea, which means she burned no calories. In fact, she came off that treadmill with a surplus of 100 extra calories. Chick math, basically. Once again, this is more annoying cringe stuff that who the hell wants to see. This is like some
Welcome back to a series so villainous. Even Bowser subscribed. In today's video, Hasan is now giving a speech at UBC, a university in Canada, and he talks about how truthful and responsible he is with his job. He claims that lying is OP in the age of misinformation. I mean, yeah, he would know a lot about that. The pathetic host does zero research and simply glazes Hasan. Queen of Cringe, Pokimane is back in some drama. She has made several TikToks about her quote-unquote neighbor, and people are speculating it's a soft launch of their relationship. She's desperately trying to not anger her Sims, and at the same time pathetically trying to show off her new man. She has responded to the backlash in a podcast, claiming it's definitely just a neighbor and not her boyfriend. She also blames Middle Eastern culture and says that's why she can never say if she's in a relationship until she's married. Omega Cap. Massive updates regarding the Mizkiv defamation lawsuit against Asmongold and Emiru. It is not going well for Mr. Demon Time. It seems that all these supposed defamatory statements are things he admitted to online. He apparently forgot to give specific quotes that Asmon said and is completely messing up his case. Subscribe or you become a tier 3 Pokimane sim. Congrats, you're now broke and cooked. Now let's begin. Right, welcome back to another beautiful day clowning on some regards. Right, so Hasan is back giving his public interviews, you know, doing some on-the-ground journalism. So this time he went over to Canada and he's speaking at Canadian universities, particularly UBC, it seems, University of British Columbia. So anyways, he starts by talking about how truthful and responsible he is, of course. Hasan on his responsibility to the truth. I tried to deliver truthful analysis, of course.
You know, when it comes to the question of responsibility, how do you see that? What do you think, what would you say your primary responsibilities are when it comes to activism and in the world of streaming and sort of just in online spaces more generally?
Yeah, I try to deliver truthful analysis that's both true to myself and true to the facts on the ground to the best of my ability. And I do think about that responsibility all the time. It's something that I try to maintain to the best of my ability because I understand that for people under the age of 40, I used to say 25, now I'm saying 40, a lot of people see me as their primary news source, something that's open, something that's on in the background throughout their day. It's almost like an 8-hour CNN broadcast. So I try to not maintain a level of professionalism in my commentary necessarily, but definitely maintain a level of professionalism when it comes to verifiable evidence that I address.
Right. Okay, first off, if you treat Hassan Piker as your source of news and do zero other fact checking, I'm sorry, you belong in an institution, all right? You need to be put straight into a level 99 mental asylum because you are not thinking straight, pal. If that's where you get your news from, I mean, clearly, worms have eaten your brain. Second off, the audacity of this guy will never not impress me, okay? I try to deliver truthful analysis. Buddy, are you just trying to rage bait me at this point? There's no way. We all know he watches the Legendary series. He's rage baiting me, okay? True to the facts, he says. You literally just turn on your stream and say whatever the fuck you want, dude. Your source is your chatters, who are basically just aspiring terrorists. This guy just logs onto his Twitch channel, goes live and goes, yeah, everybody I don't like is a PDF file with literally no evidence, right? Literally lies about every single event, omits and twists information in order to push his agenda, whether it be like the most heinous tragedy ever, he will just twist it in any which way possible. And I feel like this guy just, you know, after a hard day of Hassan Piker at work, he goes home and he just dies laughing. You know, when he's alone, when there's nobody around, he just goes, I can't believe these suckers actually fell for it again. People really are just lost. So then Hassan talks about the age of misinformation, right? And he leaves me with possibly one of the best sound bites I will ever get.
And back my analysis, or build my analysis on top of. Unfortunately, in this age of misinformation, with AI, with bad-faced actors, the democratization of media has opened up opportunities for unique voices like myself to be heard. Voices that aren't so unique amongst the masses, but voices that are not necessarily represented in mainstream resources, in mainstream outlets and legacy papers and whatnot. But there's also the other side of that, where there are a lot of people who lean into bias framing without even recognizing their own internal biases. And also, sometimes just lie. Lying is OP, as I say all the time. Like, people, you would be shocked if you are unaware, if you only get your news from, I guess, CBC, or that's what people, oh, damn. Not a lot of CBC fans out here. Okay.
Lying is OP. That is a Hassan Piker quote right there. Editor, please save that to the Dave Piker folder. We will pretty much be playing that every single video now, because that's just, thank you for that one, Hassan. That's a premium soundbite. That's even better than...
Facts are still facts.
I mean, of course Hassan would know a lot about how OP lying actually is.
Sometimes just lie. Lying is OP.
Considering this guy can literally make up anything from his fucking maggot brain, and his brain-dead moronic audience just eats it up every time like it's nothing. They eat it up like Froggen eating a Big Mac in 0.01 seconds. Hassan has discovered like the ultimate cheat code for his politics, right? He's exploiting this loophole of humanity, this group of people who are just born without sort of any logical reasoning, any ability to decipher if someone is lying or trying to fool them. And he just takes these portion of people who are essentially just sheep and he shepherds them, right? He shepherds them straight off a fucking cliff. And it's crazy this guy talks about the age of misinformation when he's one of the leading people online who spread misinformation. You know, he might actually be like humanity's greatest liar, because legit, I've never seen anybody like that. Have you guys encountered someone who lies as much as Hassan? Like, I've only covered about like, you know, a year-ish of his antics. Imagine before this. Imagine before the Legendary series. You know, as we move forward in the timeline of the universe, it'll be like 2000 BLS, and it would be before Legendary series. That will be like the acronym added on. Also, is it just me, or does this guy like flip-flop every 5 seconds between whether his positions are popular or whether he's like this special beacon of info that nobody knows, right? So right now he's going, yeah, the voices are, you know, not so unique among the masses, basically saying that, oh yeah, everyday people think exactly like me. We all support terrorists, you know? We all shock our guys. He's just trying to sort of normalize his extremism, and it might seem normal because there's like 30,000 people watching him or something, which is not a small amount of people. That's a lot of people, but that's still 1% of the population. And it's again localized to these hyper sort of woke college campuses, or, you know, the sewers of New York City. So then the host like glazes him a bit.
Well, regardless, if you're only like reading The Guardian and New York Times, I mean, those are biased. They have different biases as well, but overall they have an interest in trying to maintain a truthful compass to the best of their ability. Sometimes they lean too much into the State Department side of things, for my taste. But there's a whole world out there of people that take advantage of this information vacuum and just make stuff up in whichever way they see fit. And I try to combat against that to the best of my ability as well.
Okay, who the fuck is this loser just glazing him? That better have been like a generic comment that he does to every guest. Because what do you mean like a real testament to the importance of what you do? This guy's a stain on the universe, man. Like the entire country of America and possibly the rest of the world would be better if Hasan Piker stopped streaming, right? And he just retired and sat in his, Hollywood mansion. Like, legit, how embarrassing that this is a university, right? A place of learning. A place of higher education, a place where you question people, a place where you debate ideas, and they have this utterly moronic person on, and nobody even questions anything. In fact, he's welcomed with like applause. And dude, honestly, I feel so bad for you guys who have to share a class with absolute regards like this, right? Imagine your university like team members or classmates or your colleagues at work are Hasan Piker. Holy fucking shit. Thank you, God, for making me unemployed and so that I never have to work again, because if I had to sit with a bunch of these regards, I'd probably jump, not gonna lie. Like, I don't know how you guys do it. Hopefully, the Legendary series can keep you sane in this world of absolute regards. But yeah, welcoming this terrorist glizzy gladiator and being like, yes, he's totally combating misinformation. Have you watched a single stream of this guy who just spews that shit non-stop? I literally have first-hand experience. This man said I'm pro-pedophile based on a chatter who is just making up shit and has some weird grudge against me.
More Pegasus pro Epstein? Oh, hell yeah. That's great.
I can't, bro. Based on literally nothing. I swear to God. Right, we got a Hasan Glazer Giga Tag. Meanwhile, Asmongold can't function outside his front door. I'm sorry, Kayla Lorenz, your alt account is not very subtle. I try to deliver truthful analysis as he reads the news and opinions exclusively from Twitter. I'm sorry, are you questioning his level of reading and professionalism? He has read 1 million tweets, never 1v1 aside. In a tweet reading competition, he was totally confused with his vast education and his communication degree, which allows him to read more tweets, of course. Truthful analysis that is also true to myself is not being truthful at all. It's selective messaging based on your emotions and used to push propaganda. Virtually every single time Hasan talks about any other creator who even slightly disagrees with him, he lies, and lies. I don't think any creator has so often maliciously lied about others in attempts to bully them into submission. Exactly. You can only get behind Hasan if you're a Hasan Glazer. That's just how it is. Because if you're anybody else who has a shred of decency and common sense thinking, you would realize that this guy will just try to smear anybody he disagrees with in an attempt to discredit them, and it's all based on nothing. His truth only unveils shocking his dog on stream. I'm surprised they didn't ask him the model of the shot caller. That's some real journalism. Professionalism. He spends half of his stream yelling at his chat. Are we being for real right now? I think his narcissism has reached a level in which he now believes his own lies and has convinced himself that is now all the truth to protect his fragile ego. Yeah, that was another one of my theories as well, where you basically lie to yourself so long and for so often that just becomes your truth. Hasan, I don't lie, I just omit the truth. Well, no, he lies too. Moving on to Pokimane. Basically, she made a TikTok about her quote-unquote neighbor, or potentially boyfriend, who knows, and basically a lot of people were just calling her cringe as usual, and then she felt the need to respond on a podcast and is just baffled at why people are confused and ended up blaming her like Middle Eastern family. Bro, I swear to God, this woman cannot stay out of drama for 0.5 seconds. It's actually crazy. So here we go. Pokimane shares details about her talented quote neighbor while he cooks in the background.
Before drop, I have to introduce you to a recurring character in my life. This is Chris, also known as Sunkiss, also known as my neighbor. We met at one of those everybody in the building gets together kind of parties, and then there were board games for people in the building, so we got to know each other at board game nights. Chris cooks a lot, gyms a lot, and sings. Chris sings. 30 seconds before you attack. Get ready. Ready. That's what all there is to say.
Damn, I'm pretty boring.
You know, the Fantastic
Okay,
Four.
me too. Also, he makes really cute sibling content. His brother and sister who are both equally cute. Can you show them what you're cooking?
This is a Chilean sea bass lemon caper butter sauce.
Oh, and he sings a lot of songs in China / in Chinese.
Yep.
Wait, I don't know if you can sing in Chinese.
2,
Really?
1. All you need to do is capture the mission area. Got it?
Right. Okay, neighbor. Okay, neighbor. All right. So, what is this fucking desperate bullshit she does, right? So this is obviously two things that are happening here, right? Number one, okay, this is my guess, which is what basically everyone is guessing. She's trying to soft launch her boyfriend while trying to hide the fact that it's actually her boyfriend from her tier 3 simp, right? She's trying to hide the fact from her simp audience, which makes up a large majority, and she doesn't want to upset them, obviously. So instead, she's trying this tactic of, it's my neighbor, you know? I gotta believe my queen Pokemon, she would never lie to me. She would never lie to me. She obviously only wants to date me. Me, this random guy in Washington, this queen? Yes, me, for sure. Bro, being a Pokesimp might be worse than being a Hassan fan. Like, those are probably the two worst fates you could ever have as a human being. Now, the second reason why she's doing this is arguably even more pathetic, right? And nobody's pointed this out, but it is this sort of desperate need to show the world that, look guys, I'm not single. Look, I'm not actually pathetic, right? Look, me marrying myself, you know, buying an engagement ring for myself was totally not a midlife crisis. And me posting all these TikToks of going celibate at 30 and being a born-again virgin is definitely not a midlife crisis at all. You see, I'm not pathetic. Look, I have a cool boyfriend. Look, he sings in Chinese. I think Hassan does that as well. You should get together with Hassan, honestly. A match made in heaven. You're both socialist and love exploiting the cheap labor in China. You would get along great.
Like, they have a person for everything.
But yeah, I feel like anybody who feels the need to desperately show off the relationship and how happy they are, that just never ends well. It's just a sort of indication that you're insecure and you're desperately trying to show it off, right? Also for the guy, dude, imagine dating fucking Pokemon. Bro has gotta be starving or some shit, cause holy shit, imagine settling for the most obnoxious, unlikable vid with the worst attitude ever. And it's not like he's out of shape or anything, he's pretty jacked, but it really seems like all the points sort of went to the physique and 0 to the brain cells if you're actually going to be choosing Pokemon as a potential partner or wife. And also, I can't get over the fact that this is basically a humiliation ritual, just basically showing you off like a dog. Like, look, the thing sings in Chinese. Bark for me, dance for me, shut, play it. Phil responded, bro beat in her guts. Who's she fooling with? Neighbor. Gotta pretend like they ain't smashing so her tier 3 subs will stick around. 35-year-old woman scared to admit she has a boyfriend. Right, neighbor, and we just got them like looking at each other. I guess her neighbor cooks, sings, and goes to the gym with her. Okay, I will say it is possible to cook, sing, and go to the gym with your neighbor or whatever, but probably not likely after your midlife crisis, you know? Be Pokemon. Pretend to be single for money. Try soft launching IRL boyfriend because where the street is, she's hitting the wall. Lose 40% of donation. Try pivoting back to him just being her neighbor. The life of an Ethos. I feel so betrayed. I gave her all my money, and this is what she does to me. I haven't bought a year's supply of cookies. Haven't got any cookies in months. See, you can tell this is a troll because not even her simps are buying her cookies, alright? If you're a broke boy, just say so. Even they will not go through that fucking torture. 31, she settled for a mid-80s dude. Okay, it's wild because now she would have even got an easy 8 out of 10 if she settled for this guy. He either has Asian preference or he's loaded. Okay, first off, that guy's pretty jacked. I won't say he's mid or anything. Now, mid in the brain, probably. If you're choosing Pokemon, that's a valid assessment. Don't worry, guys. She's still single. Just keep sending her money, and one day she'll fall in love with you. That's how it works. That's how it works with every female streamer. You have to send the money. Right, anyways, so she also posted these gym videos, which definitely contribute to the boyfriend allegations.
I may be powered by chaos, but I'm trying to bring a bit of order to the universe.
30 seconds before you attack. Get ready.
Even the Sorcerer Supreme cannot win this battle alone.
And how about you and me make a little magic together, eh, Cher?
I will gladly fight by your side, Remy. But nothing more.
That's all I meant.
Holy mother of cringe. Dude, you could not pay me enough to do that. Absolute humiliation ritual with Pokimane of all people, bro. I really feel like if you had to pick Pokimane as your partner, something went terribly wrong in your life. Like, I don't know what kind of fucking trauma you have. I don't know if you're completely unaware of her internet presence. You can't be, considering she's actively recording a TikTok in front of you. But yeah, I just don't see any sort of self-respecting guy actually going for her or tolerating any of her bullshit, right? Heck, her fake fucking voice will probably drive you insane anyways. Also, I love how in the video, like, she didn't even work out, bro. Like, she just sort of drank her little thing there and then did like a treadmill walk, and that's basically it. She was just like waving around her phone. I mean, that's just a classic Pokimane maneuver. At least the guy lifted, right? Now, as to my assessment, I think this could be neighbor behavior. I do think, you know, people are like that. This could be neighbor behavior, but it's not likely, considering she was posting all these midlife crisis TikToks and the sort of touchiness and, you know, inviting him over, making him sing in Chinese and cook for you and do all this shit. Like, I mean, it's like obviously people are gonna speculate, right? Anyway, so it turns out she got a lot of backlash for this, so she responded on a podcast with Lily Pichu, and I think this is the same podcast that she fired her employees for canceling in order to not have a Hassan Piker episode. So great throwback there. But yeah, basically she insists that it's not her boyfriend, and even Lily Pichu is not buying the shit. Pokimane is shocked at the backlash she received after posting a series of TikToks with her neighbor.
I posted a gym video with my neighbor.
I saw that. Was it actually your neighbor?
Yes.
Okay.
So okay, we met at you know those building get-togethers where they're like, everybody in this building, come hang out, kind of parties. And then we got to know each other at board game nights with like people in the building, essentially, or like friends on the same floor, sort of thing. Anyways, I'm laughing because I posted that, and I don't know, you know how Twitter is. I actually don't see how Twitter is, because I don't really like to be on Twitter, but I see how my fans are like, why are people on Twitter being weird? And then people on Twitter were like, imagine having to hide your partner because your community's gonna freak out. And then my whole community is like, oh my god, cute video! You know? I'm like, it just feels like...
Right. Your community just loves it, of course, right? Your community of mostly Sims surely just love the 6-foot Chad in your video, right? They love it. They love it. They totally want to see you flirting with a guy. That is actually what they love. I mean, honestly, unironically, this might be like an iDub situation. A lot of Sims, you know, eventually devolve into cuckery, right? And especially if you're watching these types of creators, this sort of stuff gets normalized, right? And then you just indulge in this utter cuckery, and then you project yourself onto this guy. You sort of hypothetically think that you are this guy and you are dating Pokimane as long as you donate $5 more, right? And it is truly the most tragic existence imaginable. Also, is it just me, or does she really have like this neighbor story on lock? Like, she keeps repeating it. Oh yeah, we were neighbors. We totally met at board game night. Oh yeah, we just happened to be in the same building. Like, it's like she fucking rehearsed that 2,000 times just in case anybody asks. Like, you probably made him memorize that shit too. What was our story? What was our story? Yeah, we're neighbors. Board game night. You forgot the board game night. Holy, we get it. You're porking. Oh my god. Then in a bizarre turn of events, she blames like her Middle Eastern culture for it.
Two entirely different worlds.
We on Twitter's just very bad. But even if she had a public relationship, and speaking from experience, you still get shit on. If you hide it because you want to keep your private life private, you still get shit on. No matter what you do, you're gonna get shit on, bro.
Two parts. One, I've always been like a more private person, but more so in the sense where it's like, people just don't need to hear every detail ever. One. Two, if you come from a North African and Middle Eastern family, you know every single one of your aunties is looking at everybody like this. So like I would never publicize a thing anyways, because in our culture, like, You don't really talk about relationships till you're married anyways.
Yeah, surely that's the reason. Surely, guys, it has nothing to do with her simp fan base. She's actually hiding her relationship because of her Middle Eastern family and culture. Yeah, this is another case of Schrodinger's Turk. She basically learned it exactly from Hassan, where you sort of invoke these other cultures in order to quickly sort of get yourself out of any drama, in order to have people not criticize you anymore. Bro, honestly, I just can't imagine being 30 years old and doing this shit. You know, I've always given this sort of advice. Just have your relationship and your life online. I mean, how hard is that? And I know exactly what's sort of happening here. Basically, people like Pokimane, you know, who are streamers and stuff, are so incredibly clout addicted that basically life does not exist unless you record it and you display it to other people. So basically, she would choose a life where she shows her mediocre doctored relationship online, right? And try to show off her new man and be like, oh my god, he's so tall, oh my god, he's so buff, over actually having like a peaceful, fulfilling relationship and a fulfilling life in private, right? And it is so pathetic. I mean, I feel like it's a known thing at this point that putting your relationship online is a recipe for disaster, right? It is not impossible, right? You know, some people can pull it off, but it's like a 95% chance that it's going to completely fail because it puts a lot of stress on your relationship. You know, it's going to get dissected by the entire internet. Your partner is going to get a lot of harassment as well. And I didn't actually cover this, but you guys probably heard of it too. There was these two massive dramas where Jason the Ween and Sakura and Kenz and Kaide had these massive like breakups online, and everybody was accusing them of cheating and all these other random things. And they're basically cooking up all these theories, and then on the surface, everybody thinks, oh yeah, this is the most perfect relationship ever. Oh my god, they have such good chemistry. But there's so much more to a relationship than that. It can end for like a billion other reasons, right? Especially behind the scenes. So yeah, it's just not a good idea to put it online. I feel like one thing you gotta learn as a content creator is to enjoy things in private as well, alright? You don't have to post about every single aspect of your life. By the way, just to quickly address Lily Pichu saying, oh, you just get shit on if you post it, or if you don't post it, etc. Well, no, Pokimane gets shit on because of all the previous shit you did and being like an insufferable person all the time, right? So she sort of brought this upon herself. I have literally no sympathy for her. She's had time and time again to correct her behavior. She always does the dumbest shit. What culture? Moroccan Muslim culture? That bitch is not a Muslim. Bro, there's so many people just like faking it.
Fake Muslim! Fake Muslim!
Bro, can people see how fake she is? Yup, we can. Yeah, because she follows North African, Middle Eastern culture norms. Only when convenient, of course. In our culture, what's the culture? Because Poki is identified as several different ethnicities, learning from his son. Moving on to the updates regarding the Mizkif lawsuit against Asmongold and Emiru. You know what time it is. It's demon time! Watch out! Mizkif is gonna go demon time! He's gonna throw plushies at you! No! Right, quick recap. Emiru accused Mizkif of SA blackmail and abuse, and essentially Asmongold sort of supported her and made some statements himself, and now he's being sued for defamation. The only problem is Mizkif kind of admitted a lot of the statements here. Here's Legal Mindset going over it.
When Mizkif is crying about being called aggressive or, you know, being called hostile. Well, here's the exact quotes from Mizkif. Here's what Mizkif said. I punched holes in the wall or slammed doors in aggression. So he's calling himself aggressive. He then goes on to say, it's not going to be, to go back to the place I once was. I was suicidal, depressed, and taking every type of drug possible to fix my brain. And in doing that, I hurt myself more. I was on steroids because I thought I would fix myself. I was taking shrooms. That's referring to, allegedly, it seems like psilocybin mushrooms, which are hallucinogenic, in case you don't know, every day to fix my brain, but that destroyed me. I tried acid, also a prohibited substance there, acid, and that backfired. In doing that, I know I effed up so bad and hurt so many people around. I lashed out. I was angry, out of my mind. So in his own words, he was angry and out of his own mind. So commenting that someone is aggressive or angry or was out of their mind, based on their own comments is not defamation. That's just stating the factual truth. And then he goes on to say, I did take steroids and that gave me insane anger issues. His own words, once again. I said that if she goes after me, I will go nuclear. And that's exactly what I said. And that is what is going to happen. So saying that he's going to go after her, right? So there's going to be retribution, there's going to be payback, right? That's fair game, right? Saying he's going to go and get some sort of revenge because he said it. And this is summed up. You can see here the statement by Asmongold's lawyer. Mizkif openly admits that he was violent, hurt people, lashed out, had insane anger issues, took a host of drugs, and told Emeru that he would go nuclear on her for publicly speaking about what happened. So saying, hey, look, this is all stuff you said, Mizkif. You openly confessed to your own actions. So any comments by Asmongold or anybody else on the internet about this is not defamatory.
Wait a minute. You're telling me it's not defamation to repeat someone's statements back to them? Shocking. By the way, this is just not surprising considering Mizkif was so colossally dumb. He couldn't even understand a simple YouTube video that I made. He couldn't even interpret that without going completely schizo and having his own fan theories and just hearing different words than actual reality. I mean, his meltdown was absolutely insane. If you need a recap, definitely watch my Mizkif video. That shit was a banger. But yeah, honestly, Mizkif, best of luck in going meme time. It's going very well. So apparently he didn't even give like specific quotes that would be tied to defamation, right? So he just sort of linked Asmon's entire video and it was like, yeah, it's somewhere in here, buddy.
The other big thing in the lawsuit, and this is a huge part of it procedurally, is Mizkif does not give any specific timestamp for quotes that are defamatory. So all he says is Asmon defamed me, and he links hours and hours of Asmongold videos without being specific. Have to say, in this specific sentence, in this timestamp, this is the state. You can't just link all Asmongold videos and say, okay, somewhere in there he defamed me, go find it for it. That's not how it works in Texas, or really anywhere when it comes to defamation. And Texas law is pretty clear that that's not going to hold up when it comes to the burden of proof.
Wait, I'm actually so confused because isn't Mizkif supposed to be like a rich and successful streamer? So like, surely he hired a good lawyer or even a bunch of lawyers or something like that, right? Surely they would have picked a couple of statements that they thought actually were closest to defamation or something like that. But imagine like linking the judge a 2-hour Asmongold video and going, yeah, it's somewhere in there. You know, he defamed me somewhere in there. I don't know where exactly. You gotta find it yourself. But yeah, have at it. I mean, I just don't buy that that's the way things are done. I don't know if this is like a misinterpretation or that's actually what happened because it is really supposed to be specific statements, right? That's why you gotta very carefully choose your words. That's why Mizkif himself was telling me to use words like allegedly anytime I cover anybody. And then when I actually did, he started crashing out saying, you're defending him. Absolute fucking regard, right?
And look, I understand if you want to say that like allegedly and that this is not it, we don't know for sure.
Being exposed for potentially being a PDF file and consuming potentially illegal material.
How can you possibly say the word potentially? You're willing to defend and say potentially for that guy?
But you know, I sort of have a theory as to why there are no specific statements given. It's probably because those statements don't hold up at all and can easily be disproved. Because we all know what happens when he tries to make specific criticisms, right? He sort of just fumbles every point. And I feel like it would be very clear cut. Like, for example, in the Ethan copyright case, there were very specific statements that Dennis made that indicated that she wanted to maliciously steal his content, right? So it was like a cut and dry sort of case, as it was with the other Hassan orbiters as well. But obviously, this is a different case involving defamation. It's even harder to prove at this point. But yeah, it just seems like he's fumbling every point here. Anyways, it turns out there was actually some specific point here, but it was completely wrong anyways.
And there was one comment about going to jail that he threw out there saying Asmon commented about him going to jail, but that comment isn't defamatory. Let's look at that comment real quick. And it was a response to what is probably a super chat or a member message. I don't know which platform he was on. They call it a third-party member message from his audience. You know, we'll just speculate as to what platform that was. But anyways, they were asking about whether or not Asmongold had any opinion on whether Mizkif was done. Cooked, one might say. And this is what I think that he should just take a break. Good advice, right? He should just try to like legitimately just stop. I think he will continue spiraling, and I think it might have already reached that point, but I think it will reach the point where he ends up doing something and ends him up in jail, straight up. I really do think that he should take a break and calm down. So really, this is just advice. This is just saying, hey, look, you're spiraling, and when people spiral, they can end up in jail. That's something that happens. It's something very common. happen. You know, sometimes it's something that's not that bad and they, you know, end up pulling up after they run in with the law. Sometimes it's something that's very severe and wrecks their life, and you wouldn't want it to be something that wrecks your life. So honestly, this is advice that you might even get from a friend telling you, hey, pull up, you're spiraling, you need to do something different. And that's very, very much understandable. That is in no way, nothing about this statement is defamatory, says the lawyer. I would agree with that, not defamatory.
Yeah, not gonna lie, I feel like only a complete moron would actually think that that statement qualifies as defamation. So Asmon literally just saying that, hey, you better chill out or you're gonna go to jail. That is not saying that, oh, he's definitely 100% landing in jail, or that he's a criminal, or that he's guilty, or 100% guilty, or something like that. That is literally a statement you make to anyone who could be your friend as well, saying, hey bro, you're kind of crashing out right now. You don't want to end up in jail. You probably want to calm down or something like that. You could literally be saying that to a friend, a close friend as well. And Mizkif is somehow trying to turn this into a defamation statement or whatever. I don't know, man. That just seems like a really weak argument. Now, obviously, I'm no lawyer. Take any of my opinions with a big grain of salt here. Obviously, I'm just sort of giving a surface level analysis of what I think. But yeah, if any lawyers are in the comments, just let me know if you've actually looked into it as well, and let me know how it's going. But yeah, this shit might actually be worse than, you know, Ethan's lawsuits involving the Sound Orbiters. Like, as weak as their defense, pretty much, right? When they were making all these like horrible fucking arguments. Anyways, turns out a clip of Mizkif has surfaced as well, where he is apparently talking about writing a book about Emiru and sort of pseudo-threatening her.
Now, we have additional comments that had just came out, and these just came here and were just played, and I'll play this video for you right now. Based on Mizkif saying he is now going to publish a book about Emiru and really about everything. So let's watch this clip here for a second and see what you guys think.
I'm writing my book. I'm literally going to write my book, chat, and it's going to expose everything. It's going to be insane, by the way. It's already being written. I've already been writing it. I write down every single thing that happens to me and try to remember everything that's happened, which legit, I'm just probably going to go to 4chan and find out more that I forgot. It's going to expose everything. And my book is going to be $1, and it's going to go to the National Rabbit Society of Humanity, and that's where all the money's going to go. Any proceeds. It's going to go to the National Rabbit Society of Humanity and Aerodynamics.
There we go. Okay, so now he's making jokes about the National Rabbit Society, obviously trying to harass Emiru there in regards to the rabbit allegations that he made against her. So obviously, when you look at that, when you look at the intent behind that, that is something, the implication is that he is going to use that to harass Emiru and to continue to harass her. And even he jokes with the donation about something that, once again, a reasonable person, anybody who's been following this, knows that's about Emiru, right? That's obviously about her. So threatening to publish this book, we've looked at Texas, we looked at this case, when we're looking at especially the Tectone case, we saw how easy it is to get certain injunctions filed in Texas, and you could certainly go over, especially in the counties they're in Texas, and get a temporary injunction, because you can say, hey, look, he's harassing me, he's trying to continue to harass me, right? I don't like that. I don't think that's productive. That's not good. This is bad.
Right. Okay, so I don't really know if it's fully clear that Mizkif was talking about Emiru there, just giving him the complete benefit of the doubt there, but I don't really know what else the sort of
Pick your hero or villain. I'm not judging.
Apologies to anybody eating. Unfortunately, Froggen is on your screen right now. We have a lot of slot to go through right now. I have a feeling I'll probably be in this video as I usually am, but if not, oh, thank God it's a happy day. But I'll be roasting the fuck out of this bitch. This chick sucks ass. Anyways, let's talk about Asmongold's. Wait, no, not Asmongold. Let's talk about Hassan's best friend, Froggen.
To a series so free. Even Mr. Krabs subscribed in today's video. Largest Hassan orbiter, Froggen, is back, and she is begging for money on stream again. This time,
dude, I'll be real. If you have been streaming for 5, 6 years, no, not even 6, 7 years. Because if you've been streaming for 6, 7 years and you still gotta beg for $500 to pay your medical bills, after all of your fucking activist, left-leaning, liberal fucking friends have been trying to platform and push you, and still nobody wants to watch your ass, and still you got no money?
All you need to do is capture the mission
Bro,
area.
quit.
Got it?
Quit streaming and get a real fucking job. You know the worst thing is? That's probably the most helpful thing Frogan has ever been told, and she won't listen to me, bro. Look at this shit, bro. Frogan, 72 viewers. She's been doing this for 7 years. Nobody likes your ass. Fucking quit. Quit. You are not a streamer. You aren't. Okay? You need to get a real fucking job. Holy fuck. Dude, I could go AFK live for a month and I would have more viewers than you because nobody gives a fuck about you. The only time people talk about you, Frogan, is to shit on you, how fucking fat and ugly you are, and all the horrific shit you've said about American soldiers back in the day. I hope they get PTSD. Go fuck yourself. Frogan, it's who hates you. Just retire, get a real job, you will be happy. Genuine. Okay? Stop donating fanfic and salad doctors.
She wants $500 from her audience to pay for her broken wrist, or the...
Not a broken wrist, he was really hungry and trying to make a bone. Snap the bone.
Hassan is absolutely nowhere to be found. She complains about the expenses while refusing to actually work for money.
Yep.
She explains how she broke her wrist, quote, ice skating, and nobody is buying her story. I come up with my own theory as to what happened. 99.9999% accurate. Frogan has responded playing the ultimate victim, blaming everybody else.
Let me guess, it's Israel's fault, right?
Oh, since she can't get a job because of Trump? Hassan.
Oh my god, just so full of shit. And then he snacks and sodas.
He's now openly shilling for foreign governments in, quote, China maxing. He's being blatantly racist in mocking a Chinese person because they disagree with him.
Wow.
They call out Hassan for propaganda and he doubles down and romanticizes communism. He says it's okay because the government will occasionally give you treats like a dog. Bruh, subscribe or trips infos on you. We're all cooked. The world would be cooked at that point.
You know, people say that Frogan's the reason why the dinosaurs aren't around anymore.
Now let's begin. Right, so welcome back to your favorite TV show, except it's actually real and these are real people somehow. Moving on to the guru of gravity, the great devourer, Frogan, Holding Cinema.
By the eye of Agamotto.
It was an international event when a meteorite is about to hit planet Earth. The motion of heavenly bodies.
Jesus fucking Christ. Is that Grimace? Is that, did Grimace go trans? Male to female? I was wondering why they aren't on the back of the McDonald's Happy Meal anymore, man. What the fuck is that?
Anyways, recap since it's been a while. Last time we talked about her, she was breaking down crying, begging for subs on screen.
Wait.
My life was in peril. Thank you.
She's coming!
Because she couldn't afford rent.
It's my job, though. I have to pay people to put money.
I know you do, but that's unfortunately, like, you can't control the money, you can't control the content. Like, you can't control how much money people give you.
That might be the most pathetic thing ever, is crying because your community won't give you more money. Hey, yo, chat, Frogan needs $500. So can you guys give me $500? It would be funny. Can we get like a $5 donation train going on right here? Just so that way, in case Frogan watches this, he knows that I got the $500 he wanted. Would be dope. I know y'all got me. Appreciate y'all.
Okay, then you know what? Fine. You know my Venmo. Send me that shit then. Okay.
Yep. Just calls her out on her own stream. Now, despite the fact that she revealed that she was promoted from being Hassan Piker's head moderator to actual producer of his stream. And according to her, Hassan paid her very well, but not well enough for her to not break down crying about her money.
My role at this point in for the last 3 years has been production work.
Yo, Dragos, thanks for the $5, man. $5 lost from Frogan's donation fund. Feels good.
Give him ideas and I produce the streams, and Hassan pays me very well.
And that brings us to today. She is back e-begging her audience like a pathetic loser.
Fetty Krueger, thank you for the $5. Dire Measures, thank you for the $5. Squared Link QNB, thank you for the $5. Zerup, thank you for the $20. Kakoichi, thank you for the $5. Jay Clark, thank you for the 2 months sub. Zay, thank you for the $10. No true. Yogi, thank you for the $6. Thank you for the $5. Thank you for the $10. Thank you for the $5. Oh my God, I'm gonna read all the super chats after this video. W's in the chat for y'all. L for Frogan. I just took all of her money. That feels great. Yeah, maybe if you didn't suck so much, maybe your community would donate more. But in reality, they know you're gonna spend all that shit on Doritos and lard.
And he's begging for $500 this time. Now I just want you guys to keep in mind this entire time, Hassan makes $500 in probably under a minute in some days, right? So he could fix his problem. But instead, she has to beg to her audience, despite being the producer of Hassan's stream. Twitch streamer Frogan is e-begging her very small audience for money because she broke her wrist.
I guarantee you she was trying to get up in the morning and her wrist snapped underneath her own weight. Oh, what's great is I'm not on Twitch anymore, so I won't get banned for saying this either. Feels good.
A cast is $500, and she doesn't have health insurance. Interesting she speaks about health insurance. She has something to say with U.S. veterans, right?
I hope you get PTSD. I hope you
Frogan, looks like you're suffering the consequence of your own actions. Man! Ooh! Man, ain't life a bitch.
Exclamation point tip. Say goodbye to the cast. I need $500. I need $500 for tomorrow to pay for my cast. Exclamation point tip. What's up, workmate? How are you? I know, isn't that crazy? Isn't that insane, dude? $500 fucking dollars. Bruh, just get scissors. No, they have to take X-rays and they have to pay the fee. Then have to get the cast. So yeah, dude. Not having insurance. Not having insurance. Insurance is also so expensive. Unfortunately, insurance is unfortunately so expensive.
Crazy how she spends $500 on health insurance and playing, but spends $600 on getting her
I'd be pretty sympathetic here. Okay.
I can't believe Trump did this to her.
Because you know, health bills are total bullshit. It is actually super expensive, and I feel like most of it is unjustified. Insurance is pretty much bullshit most of the time too. All these corporations try to sort of rinse you for your money, and they sort of exploit people who are sick. You know, I've sort of dealt with that whole system personally as well, and some of my friends have as well. It is just horrible and evil, and I fucking hate all those guys. But in this scenario, I will make an exception because this is the same Frogan who said that $10,000 is chump change. Okay, she said Jellywig should just keep it instead of donating a pound. It is
true.
It is completely insignificant, right?
So I personally donated 10K because I think.
Oh, here it comes, man. Here it comes. Go ahead and say it.
It is worthwhile.
Keep your fucking money. Keep your $10,000. Keep your little chump change. Like,
it is completely insignificant amount of money.
And also, she also said, and I quote, "cracker take," and that's a cracker ass take. Man, I can't wait till I get to be as racist to every other race as they've been to white people over the past fucking 10 decades, bro. Hey, I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. I am so tired of people shitting on white people and it being okay. Yet a white man sits on you for your race and all of a sudden you want to cry and be victim. It's insane, bro. Dude, white people, hey, sorry if you want to deny this. White people have been getting shit on for fucking decades for motherfucking shit that they never did. Like, shut up. Like, white people have been getting shit for decades for shit that they never did, not even their parents did. Okay, I'm getting shit for things that my parents did. But it's like, the amount of AoE damage that have been cast onto white people for so long is so pathetic. I am so tired of how I'm being told that I'm evil because of a thing that fucking white men did like 300 years ago. They're like, why the fuck am I getting guilted for slavery? What the fuck are you talking about? It's like, what are we doing, man? It's so